Somewhere right now, there's a lawyer nervously checking the news about AI and a bartender 2 blocks away who hasn't thought about it once. The bartender is the one who should feel calm. This sounds backwards. It isn't. And once you see why, you'll never rank job security the same way again. In theory, every job should be nervous right now. In practice, an entire category of work is sitting almost completely untouched, and it's not the category most people expect. Start with the jobs everyone assumes are safe because they require a college degree. Lawyers, analysts, marketers, programmers. Here is where it gets interesting. Those are exactly the roles showing the most AI exposure. Desk work, screen work, anything that starts with reading and ends with writing is precisely what current AI systems are built to do. Now flip it. Cooks, mechanics, lifeguards, bartenders. This sounds simple, it isn't, because the reason isn't that these jobs are less important or less skilled. It's that they require a body in physical space, reacting to something unpredictable in real time. A language model can write you a recipe. It cannot smell when the pan is about to burn, adjust the flame, and plate the dish before it overcooks, all in the same 10 seconds. Researchers actually measured this instead of guessing. Current AI systems show effectively zero exposure for physical in-person roles, not low exposure, zero. The technology simply cannot reach into that kind of work yet, and there's no clear roadmap for when that changes. And here's where the popular narrative really breaks down. The story everywhere is that AI hits low-wage, low-skill workers first. The measured data says something closer to the opposite. Workers in the most AI exposed roles actually earn more on average than workers who are barely exposed at all, and graduate degree holders make up a much larger share of the exposed group than the unexposed one. The panic is pointed in one direction, the evidence is pointing in another. There's a bigger study backing this up too. Economists ran the most detailed labor market analysis yet on this exact question, comparing workers whose jobs overlap heavily with AI capability against workers whose jobs barely overlap at all. The finding was almost anticlimactic. No detectable rise in unemployment for the highly exposed group since AI chatbots went mainstream. A separate study out of Denmark tracking tens of thousands of employees across thousands of companies found basically the same thing. Wages held, hours held, the mass displacement everyone predicted simply hasn't shown up in the numbers, at least not yet. Take a mechanic for a second. Half the job is diagnosis, listening to an engine, feeling a vibration through a wrench, noticing a smell that doesn't match the symptom the customer described. That kind of pattern matching happens through touch, sound, and years of muscle memory, not through text. You could hand an AI every repair manual ever written and it still couldn't crawl under the car. None of this means physical jobs are permanently untouchable. Robotics is improving, sensors are improving. But right now, today, there's a real and measurable gap between what AI can do on a screen and what it can do with its hands, in a kitchen, on a boat dock, under a car. That gap is the safest place in the entire economy to be standing. So if you've spent the last 2 years anxious about a robot taking your job, the more useful question might be which side of that gap you're actually standing on. Remember that lawyer refreshing the news and the bartender who wasn't worried at all? Turns out the safest seat in the room might not be the one behind the desk. If stories like this help you make sense of where things are actually headed instead of where the headlines say they're headed, hit subscribe, because How Come breaks down one of these every single week.